Maroon 5 on 102.7 WMOM on your station playing your hit music. It is 9:19. Coming up in just a matter of moments, we'll bring in our sister station, Hot Country Hits 99.9, and we're going to be talking with Miss Mason County, Hannah Allen. She is in the studio with us. Let's do that right now. Hot Country Hits 99.9, home of your new country and your all-time favorites, and 102.7 WMOM. Hannah Allen, live in the studio with us. Miss Mason County, how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing okay. The first question out of my mouth is, how has the last year been as Miss Mason County?
Very busy. So between college and then everything else that I've been doing, it's been very busy, but it was very fun. It's definitely going to be a year that I will never forget.
Yeah, what's that favorite memory? There's got to be something out of all the busyness that stands out.
So definitely when I went to read at Scottville and Custer Elementary Schools. And the kids, when you would walk in the room, they just lit up, and you could tell that this was like a big moment for them. And to me, just, putting on the crown and the sash is like, okay. But when you watch all the kids and everyone that you see's faces just light up, it's just, wow, this is a big thing to other people. So that's really cool, and that will always stick with me.
Very cool. Very rewarding.
Yes.
The Miss Mason County Pageant and the Princess Pageant just around the corner at the Scottville Fall Fest. That means your reign for this period, for this time, coming to a close. But do you think you'll enter any pageants in the future? What's that life like? Or was this kind of the culmination of what you wanted to do?
This is kind of just a one and done thing for me. My family kind of has a history going back through this. My great grandma was a Harvest Festival queen along with my great aunt. So it was kind of just that put together with a family tradition of doing this. But I don't think I will run in any other pageants, and if I do, it might be in the future, but as of right now, no, I will not.
Well, and you're juggling a lot. You're in school right now too, right? Where are you headed? Where are you going?
So I just did 2 years at West Shore Community College with the Promise program, and now I'm transferring to Northern Michigan University in Marquette, and I got accepted to the radiology program.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the Promise program, share with our listeners a little bit about your experience with that, if you don't mind.
So I definitely recommend it. It's free college if you live in Mason County. I mean, take advantage of it, because especially if you don't know exactly what you want to do, which is where I was when I graduated, you can get a lot of prerequisites out of the way without having to pay, and you can kind of just figure out and comb through what you actually want to do.
Absolutely. Well, and you're headed on the right track. What's the future hold? After you graduate, what's the plans?
So after I graduate, I have 2 more years at Northern, and I plan to come home, and I want to work in the hospital here and do mammograms.
All right. Great. That is awesome.
Yeah.
It has been almost a year since you were on stage there in Scottville, crowned Miss Mason County. Do you think that you've come far from over that year? And if so, how?
So going into the pageant, I was absolutely terrified to get on a stage, hold a microphone, do anything like that. I had chills all over. I was shaking, nervous, and the girls definitely helped me that were in the pageant with me, and then the directors, they helped me a ton to calm me down. So if you're nervous about that, don't worry. You're going to have people to surround you. But throughout this past year, just with my public speaking and the little things that I've done, I've definitely grown and how to present myself in public a little more, and it's just been a huge growing experience for me.
That's cool. What about nervousness? Have you been nervous at any point over the last year, and how'd you overcome that?
So, I mean, coming in here today, it's a little nervous thinking, oh, there's a microphone and a camera, but you just kind of have to breathe through it and understand that this is just part of the process, and it's all going to be okay. And if there's a little mess up, it's okay. It's human nature.
Exactly. I mess up every day, and it's in this segment we just have good communication back and forth. Let's talk a little bit about the pageant. You had mentioned just kind of helping others prepare for the pageant coming up in September, September 16th.
Yes.
We have a link to the Princess Pageant as well as to the Miss Mason County Pageant on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Those applications are open for those that are interested. But let's start with that first message for what you would say if somebody, had never thought about, being in a pageant or maybe kind of on the fence. What's that kind of message for them?
Just do it. I mean, you're only going to live once, and it's something that you're never going to forget. Even just the experience of going on the stage and putting yourself out there is an experience that you're never going to forget. I mean, also just the memory, but then it's going to look good on a resume. Even if you didn't get crowned or first runner-up or Miss Congeniality, you're going to get the experience, and you're going to put yourself out there, and it's amazing.
No, that's a great message. What about you hinted on getting advice from the other girls and help with the other girls. If somebody were to enter that, do you think that they would have that support leading up to the pageant?
Yes, all of the girls that I competed against and was with, amazing girls. They were amazing people. Still, some of them I kind of communicate with, I say hi to, and no matter what, I know if I really needed them, they were there for me. The people that go out for it, they're good people, and so you just have to trust them.
That's cool. All right. And when you were crowned, a big surprise?
Yeah, I kind of was just there, and no matter if I won, if I didn't, all of the girls had an equal opportunity to win, and it was a big shock. There's pictures that I look back on and I'm freaking out, and yeah, I did not expect it. I really didn't.
That's awesome. Well, it should be a surprise. It's based on many characteristics, question and answer. But bring us through the pageant and that how people can get prepared for it. For that special day. What do they have to do to prepare for it?
Yeah, so there's really not a ton of expenses at all. The only thing is like a dress, and I just used an old prom dress, or you can borrow a dress. You don't have to be super expensive and fancy for this pageant at all. So if that's a worry, don't worry about it at all. And as always, there's people that can help you. Reach out to me or the Facebook page, Instagram page. We can help you with any of that. But then going through the process, there is an interview process, and that is the same week of the pageant. So it'll be a couple days before the pageant, which is September 16th. I'm not sure the exact day of the interviews. But you'll sit down in front of the 3 judges, and then they'll just ask you some questions. And the questions are right off of a packet that are given to you. So you know the answers. Just be yourself, be truthful, and answer those questions. And then they're going to ask you a little more in-depth about those. That packet is also what's used to ask questions on stage. You're going to be asked 3 questions on stage. So before the pageant, there's going to be 3 rehearsals at minimum. There might be a couple more. And that's to rehearse the little dance that Holly, me, Kathy Dumas, Athena Dilla have been going over and building. So you'll learn that dance, you'll do the dance on the stage, and then there's the 3 questions, and then you give a little speech about yourself. And that can be a short speech, that can be a long speech, but just be truthful and be yourself. So you have to be a little comfortable on stage, but even if you're nervous, there's girls there that will help you through that.
All right. And then you have the evening gown competition too, right?
Yeah. So I don't know if we're actually judged on our gowns. I think that is just more we wear it to be more pageant-like.
Okay, there you go. Yep.
But I'm not sure. I don't think we were judged on that.
Yeah, I think you're right. Absolutely. And the pageant, it's roughly less than an hour. I think it was last year. But then you get a chance to represent Mason County.
Yeah.
And what responsibility comes with that? What's your thoughts on that?
So definitely when you think about it, I mean, you're representing a huge area and a ton of people that live here. So you always want to make sure, even when you're not in your sash and crown, you're being respectful and responsible around you, no matter what the circumstances. And that goes even if you're not wearing a crown or a sash, you should do that no matter what. But it's definitely a little weighing, but it never stressed me out in any way. But you want to hold yourself accountable for everything that you do and be truthful with anything.
Do you regret entering at all?
No, not at all.
All right, very good. And so we are looking for those girls that are interested in becoming Miss Mason County. You just head over to the link that we posted on our Facebook page. You have it on your Facebook page there, and enter. And roughly, how many participants last year? Roughly,
last year there was 5 of us.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And then the pageant is September 16th. Anything else that we missed about the pageant in general that you would share with the audience today?
It's just a super fun experience no matter what you do. And then also the application is for ages of 16 to 20, so girls 16 through 20 if you're interested in that.
All right,
It's
good.
for you guys.
Good information there. And you don't have to have been in a pageant before,
No.
right?
No, I was never in one. I mean, I had no experience, and I was taught everything. You're taught how to walk, you're taught how to wave properly, and all of that stuff. So it's fun.
All right, good information there. The Princesses pageant also takes place at that time, and it's incredible because you have 25 to 30 little princesses there
Yeah.
on the stage, and usually they're asked one not difficult question at all, like what's your favorite princess, or
Yeah.
Disney princess and stuff like that. But what's your take on that pageant? I know the application process is open for that too.
Yes.
But take us through the Princesses pageant if you don't mind.
The princesses, I mean, I didn't have much time to watch them because we were getting ready, but we would glance out there and they were so cute. They're just smiling. You can tell some of them are a little nervous, but they all just kind of walk on the stage. They each get a little goodie bag and a flower, and they all get crowns. They're all princesses.
That's cool.
And they're smiling and cute.
That's awesome. So both of those links we've put on our Facebook page, on both Facebook pages, Hot Country Hits 99.9 and 102.7 WMOM, as well as our YouTube channel. Get registered for that. Get entered into it. That's part of the Scottville Fall Fest, and you have a couple of details about the
Yeah.
festival too, right?
So the festival is also going to include, it's going to start, I believe, at noon, and there's going to be putt-putt, little greens set up all through downtown like it was last year. There's going to be the clown band and two other bands. I'm blanking on their names, but those are going to be really fun to go to. Unlike last year when there was a tent covering the whole strip, it's just going to be a tent covering the stage. So prepare for weather. Maybe bring an umbrella if it's hot or rainy. You might want that. Bring all your own chairs just like last year. But it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be food trucks and stuff. And also in the morning at 11 a.m., there's the rubber ducky race, and that's in Scottville Riverside Park.
All right. Looking forward to that.
Yes.
And in a weekend like that, you're kind of jumping everywhere to be everywhere, right?
Oh, yeah. I have to come home from college, but I'm excited.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, safe travels up
Thank you.
to Northern, right? You
Yes.
said, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. A Wildcat, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. And congratulations on all that you have achieved over the last year, and looking forward to see your progression here in the future. And thank you, by the way, for representing Mason County.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Miss Mason County, Hannah Allen, joining us this morning. If you missed any of this segment, you can watch it in its entirety on our Facebook page, our YouTube channel. But more importantly, and they can reach out to you, Hannah, through the Miss Mason County Facebook page if they have any questions about the pageant, or maybe they want to participate, but they have a couple of questions. They can do that, right?
Of course, yeah. And we also have an Instagram page. If you don't have Facebook, you can always just search that up. It's the Miss Mason County Scholarship Pageant, and it should pop right up. And
Awesome.
everything will be right there.
All right. And I know the team from the pageant, the organizers, still looking for some sponsors and to contribute even more to the scholarship program. So if you're a business or an organization out there and you want to support the pageant, reach out to them. I think that would be a very good thing. And
please.
It's cool. Absolutely. Miss Mason County, Hannah Allen in this morning. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Stand by for a second as we jump back to more music coming up in just a few moments here on 102.7 WMOM.
Blue Moon, Bubblegum, Mackinac Island Peanut Butter Fudge, Chocolate Peanut, Truffles and Fudge, and Michigan Pothole. We all know these signature favorites from House of Flavors, right? Did you know when you work at House of Flavors Manufacturing, you get free ice cream to take home? House of Flavors Manufacturing